to think. The Vikings snuffed the Saints twice in their 2 playoff games against each other. All I can say is that. You like that. Do you fucking like that? What a good game. Minnesota Vikings snuffed the 13-3 Saints out of the wild card. They came off losing, I think, 3 straight before the wild card round. They got snuffed against the Chicago Bears. Week 17, they got snuffed on primetime when they needed that playoff bye against the Green Bay Packers a few weeks later when they were just etching out. They were like 5th seed. Fell back in the game before. And all they had to do was one thing. Beat the backbone of the Saints defense, that is Eli Apple, that was snuffed. Alexander, Madison, and Dalvin Cook had a field day, combining for over 100 yards. 104, technically. With Kirk Cousins dropping a touchdown over to Kyle Rudolph, I think during overtime, snuffing over the Saints. When they were keeping it close, the Saints were getting a close little comeback. Taysom Hill got some great plays in there. A big highlight screen pass, and he got a huge first down and goal. Michael Thomas and Jared Cook got some good shots down the outside. Latavius Murray did not come in utilized as I expected. And Alvin Kamara was stuffed for only 21 yards. The Vikings defense did their dirty work on the Saints. A big turnover from an interception from the defense. Vikings played amazing across the board and held on to a huge lead until an unanswered 10 points came up in the first half, keeping them to overtime. So yeah, pretty much an upsetting game for the Saints. And it wasn't officiating, it was just bad O-line, the secondary not coming out to play against Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins good, being an actual good field general. Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith, that got a big stop in there, and a pass deflection off Anthony Barr, and a big tackle for loss on Alvin Kamara. It looked like the Vikings just didn't care. And then a good reference to what he did when he faced off against some teams back on the Redskins is, I got only 3 words for you guys. Do you like that? And the whole team popped. All I could say is, that was amazing. That was freaking amazing. Hopefully, they survive. Since they got us. And hopefully you do get that. Because you're the top defensive unit in the league, and you're carried off Dalvin Cook. Average O-line. It's a good O-line. You got snuffed up by skills players. That was sort of your weakness. And the Saints were pretty crafty enough to at least hold on until overtime. So, close one. Eric Kendricks played amazing. Shamar Stephen, I did not expect that. A great defensive unit, a big pick off Anthony Harris for 30 to keep the Saints at bay. I like that. That was a good clutch defense. In an average scoring game, anything else, it wasn't the most attractive game to watch because we didn't see much of Alvin Kamara. Adam Thielen got some good catches. And he got targeted only 9 times and he caught 7 of them bitches. Over close out routes, then caught him up down the middle deep. Kyle Rudolph down to the end zone for a touchdown from overtime to get the win and upset the Saints. How depressing does that gotta be? And Dalvin Cook got 2 touchdowns. It felt like the Saints just didn't care. They got some tackle for losses, sure, but they didn't come up for the victory. For the Saints, what the hell are they going to do this offseason? Because they were the shoo-in, surefire contenders out of the 3 to be Super Bowl contenders, next to the Packers, next to the 49ers, and probably the Seahawks. If you're a bit of an optimist, I think the Seahawks have gotten used to the 49ers and the Packers. Not used to the Saints, though. They snuffed them last time. Other than that, it's going to be an interesting divisional round. Well, there wasn't no Minnesota Miracle, but there was some purple people eaters during that game. So happy to see that the Vikings exited out. It's going to be a 26-20 victory. And the Minnesota Vikings will edge out to the divisional round to face off against the San Francisco 49ers. Whoever wins gets to the NFC Championship. And pretty much a huge doubt that you guys are not going to win. No, we have extra rest now. Our offense is one of the best. There's no way you're stopping Kettle down the mid. The only way to stop this offense is to stop Garoppolo. And we have a more sufficient O-line than the Saints. But we don't have that much alliance on skill players like Taysom Hill that can play like 4 positions. And I thought they had him as a quarterback. Yeah. Our defense is one of the best. Nick Bosa is winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. There's no competition. Just playing off against a team like this is going to be super fun. Super fun to watch. Because I think Vikings have been waiting for this for their entire time. And I know the Vikings have a history of tough situations playing off against in the playoffs. Because I think the last time they were one of the better teams to watch was when Brett Favre, Teddy Bridgewater, I think they had Percy Harvin, freaking Adrian Peterson in the average defense. And then that one time they had Brett Favre as their quarterback for 1 year, but effed it up because of a dumb pick against the Saints. Then, that one time in the NFC title game when they faced off against the Atlanta Falcons and lost back in 2000 when they were literally one of the greatest offenses you'll ever see with Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham, and somebody else that Vikings fans could say, because I'm not going to go over the huge list because there's a lot of things that, the Vikings could have messed up on. There's a lot of teams that I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over predictions, and that wasn't really my full prediction video because I haven't gone over the 49ers a lot. So we're going to go over the Titans versus Ravens soon, Texans versus Chiefs, and the Seahawks versus the Packers. So, yeah. That's it coming from me. Good game off the off the Vikings. And hope that we can make this a fun game in the divisional round. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And see more of my content just by clicking into the channel. You get to see what I do.